Marhaba, ahlan wa sahlan, jamian. Hi to everyone. Thanks for joining us today here. And before beginning my presentation, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the School of Calligraphy and Ornamentation and Dr. Esra Hamal, and my special thanks to Dr. Khaled Al-Yami and his amazing team for their kind invitation. And it's truly a pleasure and a great honor to be among the distinguished colleagues and experts with their passion to the field of calligraphy. And I am delighted to share some reflection today with you, and I hope it will add our collective understanding on the art of calligraphy. I will tell you today the story of the Timurid, and I hope it interests you. They were the great art patrons and very strong governors. My speech title is The Art of Calligraphy During the Timurid Era, with particular attention to the patronage of Amir Alishir Navaii. The Timurid dynasty, which ruled Greater Khorasan and Transoxiana between 1317 and 1507, gradually shifted from their Mongol Turkic heritage to embrace Persian and Arabic culture. Tamerlan himself was remembered both as a formidable conqueror and as a paradoxal figure who, alongside brutal campaigns, nurtured an interest in art, literature, science, and Sufism. His successors, especially Shahrukh and Baysungur, transformed cities like Herat and Samarkand to the major cultural centers, establishing royal ateliers where manuscripts were copied, illustrated, and illuminated. This princely patronage not only fostered the flourishing of Persian calligraphy and painting, but also created masterpieces which became symbols of prestige and instruments of diplomacy. The Timurid era is often referred to as the golden age of Persian calligraphy and painting, a moment when Turco-Mongol and Persian-Arabic traditions blended into brilliant synthesis. Works such as the Shahnameh, Golestan, Bustan, and Khamsa of Nizami were illustrated and copied by the artists, painters, and calligraphers. Relations between Iran and Ming China flourished under Shahrukh, the son of Temur, particularly in calligraphy and painting, and leaving a significant imprint on Persian art. And according to the different historical sources, Naqshbandi Sufi have a great role and considerable influence on the political events of the time. The Naqshbandi order is an Islam Sufi order that they are concentrating on the dhikr khafi, remembering the God all the time. And they are called silent Sufis because when even they work, they say that our hands in work, but our heart is with Allah. And the Naqshbandi Sufi had a great role in the Timurid era. We have talked about Tamerlan paradox, and what is very interesting that Tamerlan was a really brutal conqueror, but always when he went to the wars, he accompanied with the artists, with the calligrapher, with the poets, and with the painters. And this is a really great paradox in his character. He has chosen Samarkand like its capital, and he has gathered many artists in Samarkand. During the Timurid era, no manuscript has been illustrated or calligraphed by his order directly, but he was very interested to the art. You are seeing the captured Indian Raja brought to Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni, a folio from Majma'ut Tawarikh, written by Hafiz Abru, the grand historian of the Timur time. And what is very important is that Timur has brought the new idea to the field of historiography. Then Hafiz Abru, his famous historian, has presented the different approach of history in his book. And two of other books is very important. One is in this era, one is Zafarname Teymuri, that the victory of Timur, and the other one is Zubdat Tawarikh, that where Hafiz Abru has presented the different approach of the history at his time. And this is a very intellectual approach and modern at that time. The Timurid Renaissance was characterized not only by artistic and scientific brilliance, but also by the integration of spirituality, scholarship, and princely patronage. We talked about Herat as a cultural capital of the Timurid and the real golden age of the art. The Timurid court was a center of flourishing art such as painting, architecture, illumination, book decoration, and music, and calligraphy was a particular importance among the arts of this period. For this reason, numerous books and inscriptions from Timurid period have survived till today, which are the result of activities of skilled calligraphers in various styles. Herat became a center of the Timurid art during the reign of Shahrukh, the grand successor of Tamerlan. Shahrukh has annexed the Mazandaran, Transoxiana, Fars, Kerman, and Azerbaijan to the Timurid realm, thus becoming Tamerlan's most prominent successor. Herat is capital where he gathered scholars, poets, and artists, and under his reign, numerous prestigious manuscripts were produced. We are reaching now to Prince Baysongor. I should mention that Baysongor was not only a prince, but was a great artist, a great bibliophile, and his works, calligraphic works, are very famous. He was writing in Riqa style that you know, sure that it's a type of Solos script and style, and two works are very important that have been done by Baysongor. First, the Shahnameh Baysongori, and the second one, the Quran Baysongori. As both an artist and a bibliophile, Baysongor stands among the greatest patrons of the arts in history of art. His most celebrated commission, the Shahnameh Baysongori, preserved today at the Golestan Palace Museum in Tehran, is considered the finest manuscript of the Herat school. Its lavish use of gold, refined illumination, and exquisite miniature reflect the height of Timurid artistic achievement. And what is important, that the Baysongor was a master in Aqlam al-Sitta, means the Islamic calligraphy that had 6 hands or 6 style, used in Iran before style ta'liq, that means Nasq, Solus, Muhaqqaq, Rayhani, Tawqi, and Riqa. What is very important, the Nastaliq creation, the Nastaliq script has been created by Mir Ali Tabrizi, emerged as the hallmark of Persian calligraphy at the period of Baysongor. As noted by a scholar, Baysongor embodied the ideal of the artist prince, uniting calligraphy, painting, illumination, and bookbinding into a new aesthetic unity that defined the Timurid Renaissance. With the Shahnameh Baysongori that you are watching now, this illuminated and gilded manuscript of the Shahnameh is regarded as the most exquisite masterpiece of the Herat school. The manuscript measured 26.5 times 38 centimeters and consists of 346 folios containing 21 illustrations executed in the Nastaliq script. It is preserved today in Tehran in the Golestan Palace Museum. Each folio is ruled into 4 to 6 columns with 31 lines of text per page. The inner ruling are distinguished by gold lines, wide heading, as well as the certain pages, such as those with verses arranged in cruciform layouts, and are furthermore adorned with floral ornamentation in gold. The calligrapher of this distinguished manuscript was Maulana Jafar Baysongori, whose name appears at the end of the manuscript. And this manuscript is full of tashib, that you know surely that tashib, the word comes from dhahab in Arabic language, and which means that the work is covered by gold. And also with tashir. Tashir means the type of painting, and especially in the margin of the manuscript with a more or less realistic image of animals. This is the some details of Goharshad Mosque in Mashhad, near to the shrine of Imam Reza, and is one of the most important Timurid creation. What is very important is the presence of Goharshad, the wife of Shahrukh, and the daughter-in-law of Timur, that has worked on many activities, many cultural activities, and she has had a big, very big influence on Timurid court. And this Masjid Jame Goharshad is one of the projects that she has managed during her time. And what is very interesting, he comes from a noble Persian descent, and we can compare her role with Hamide Banu Begum in Mughal India court, that she was also a Persian lady, and both these Persian women have circulated the Persian language and Persian traditions in Timurid court and Mughal India court. The transfer of the Timurid capital from Samarkand to Herat and the flourishing of Persian literary culture under patronage of Goharshad Banu and her extraordinary influence and her role in Timurid court in Iran may be compared to that of Hamide Banu Begum at the Mughal court in India. Now you are seeing the Masjid Goharshad, Qibla Ayvan in Mashhad. And this all we have talked about Prince Baysongor. And this Shahnameh Baysongori, you can see a folio of the Shahnameh Baysongori, the use of colors, particularly the diverse shade of red, green, brown, gold, sienna, black, white, and multiple blues reflects the high quality of painting in this masterpiece. A lavish use of gold is also evident in the manuscript miniatures, underscoring its exceptional status within the tradition of Persian book arts. Its decorative elements display extraordinary refinement, animal motif, realistic depictions of palaces and their ornamentation, glazed tile work, and architectural setting woven into the imaginative landscapes of the Shahnameh Baysongori. The strikingly beautiful marginal illumination of its opening and closing folios and the layout of 31 lines per page and 6 columns and the lavish use of gold, its miniature all contribute to its magnificence. Now you are watching the calligraphy made by Baysongor, and you can see the quality of his creative art here. And this is from Quran Baysongori, calligraphy by Baysongor in Timurid Era, and now is kept at Malek National Museum in Tehran. Baysongor, we have told himself, was a master calligrapher of the Aqlam as-Sitta, and he was also a poet. Known as the Quran Baysongori testifies to the refinement of his art. In the hand of this distinguished calligrapher, the Quran is copied in black ink with a striking fluidity, allowing the movement of the pen and the flow of the ink to remain visible across the page. The vocalization marks are executed in the same black ink at the main text, some of which have partially oxidized over time. Another page of Quran Baysongori of particular note, it is the scribed treatment of Alif Ghamat, the vertical Alif occurring at the end of certain words, which he has elongated by drawing it downward in a continuous motion. That it's very important and shows the force of the hand of the calligrapher. Baysongor has written the verses on this Samarkandi paper. The paper itself shows a sign of age. In some areas, the surface has become flaked, and in others, it has been cut or abraded. Now we are watching the Qibla Ayvan, that is very famous inscription that has written in the hand of Baysongor, and it's very interesting because he has participated in the work of his mother, Masjid Goharshad. And it shows entirely different quality. The works of Baysongor and the other works, the project that he's managed, he was supervised each stage of the preparation. And his calligraphic design for the frieze of the Qibla Ayvan in his mother mosque, Masjid Goharshad, attests to his mastery of the Riga script. I'm showing you some detail of signed calligraphy by Baysungur that you can see even the name of Baysungur Shah Teymuri in Persian means the king of Timurid, Baysungur, and Khan Gurkani, the Khan of the Mughal.
Sorry for interrupting you, Professor Sharar, because we don't have enough time.
Okay.
So we would like to take some questions from the audience first.
Okay, just if I can, in 2 minutes, I'll show some image, just very fast.
Sure.
Because it's a pity that the audience couldn't see this. This is another detail of Baysungur calligraphy from Qibla Aywan, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And this is the style of Nastaliq that I've told you before, that it has been created by Mir Ali Tabrizi and now is conserved at Mir Emad Museum in Saadabad Palace in Tehran. And the type of this calligraphy is chalipa, means a classical type of Persian calligraphy, diagonal. And we have no time to talk about Iskandar Sultan.
I'm so sorry, Professor.
Yeah, and this is the last Timurid ruler, Sultan Hossein Mirza, that Amir Alishir Navaii, my main subject, was focused on him because he is the vizier of Sultan Hossein Baigera, and the Timurid Renaissance has been done by both of them, that they were friends from their childhood. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Professor. May I kindly just ask you to remain on the stage?
Okay.
We will take some questions from the audience.
My pleasure.
أخواني وخواتي الحضور الكريم، إذا ما عليكم أمر، في حد عنده استفسار أو سؤال؟
Thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. I have a question regarding, so during the Shahrukh period, the Shahrukh's reign, different type of texts were illustrated, historical, poetic, and scientific as well. Do we see any particular calligraphic trends reserved for a special type of text regarding the proportion of the calligrapher and other characteristics?
The most famous calligrapher, Timurid calligrapher, that I can talk about it from Timurid that to Safavid period is Mir Ali Heravi, and is Sultan Muhammad Nur, and also Sultan Muhammad Khandan. And they were the best calligrapher of that time. And both son of Shahrukh, Uluq Beg and Baysungur, both were the great art patrons. And the most special figure of the calligraphy of Shahrukh period is Sultan Ali Mashhadi.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you so much.